reason he can get out of it is by marrying her. And her parents were like, no, get the hell out of here. So he terrorized her parents, burned down their house, shot their dog.
Oh my God.
And finally they were like, okay, you can marry her.
Burned down their house?
He burned down her house.
What? Okay.
And the kicker was, she became pregnant at 14, had to drop out of high school at 9th grade, and went to live with McElroy and his third wife, Alice.
Wow, okay.
He had been married 3 times.
Like,
he was still married to his wife, Alice, when he proposed. Well, he raped and then proposed to Trina.
So he was married to all 3 women at the same time?
No, the first 2 left him.
Okay.
He was still married to his third wife, Alice. He then divorced Alice and married Trina in order to escape the charges of statutory rape.
I see. Okay.
Which she was the only witness. Then 16 days after that, Trina gave birth, and both she and Alice fled to Trina's mother's and stepfather's house. Then he tracked them down, McElroy tracked them down and brought them back. He then returned to Trina's parents' house, went away, and then he shot the dog and burned down the house.
Ridiculous. All right.
So then McElroy was indicted in June 1973 for arson, assault, and statutory rape. He was arrested, booked, and arraigned, and released on a $2,500 bail. Trina and her baby were placed in foster care in a home in Maryville, Missouri. McElroy sat outside the foster home for hours at a time, staring at it. He told the foster family that he would trade girl for girl to get his child back, since he knew where the foster family's biological daughter went to school and what bus route she took.
Okay.
Additional charges were then filed against McElroy. In 1976, July, Skidmore resident Rosemary Harry said McElroy shot him twice with a shotgun after Henry challenged him for shooting weapons on his property. McElroy was arrested for assault and intent to kill. Henry luckily survived. Mr. Henry luckily survived. He got shot 2 times with a shotgun in the stomach, but he survived.
What was the dispute over? He just told him to get off his land?
McElroy was on his land shooting weapons, and Mr. Henry came out. It was like, can you stop shooting weapons on my property? McElroy was like, well, F you, blah, blah, blah. They started getting into an argument, and finally McElroy shot Henry twice. McElroy denied he was on the scene.
Nick, look at this car. Look at this truck.
Yep.
Lord.
Lord. That's small town America.
Okay, so he shot the guy, but the guy survived.
Yeah, the guy survived. They charged him with assault with intention to kill. And the case dragged on without a court date. Here we say McElroy parked outside of his home at least 100 times.
Say that again?
He parked outside Mr. Henry's home 100 times.
Okay. First of all, is there even police in this town? Or
yes, there's police. There's police there, but they can't do anything because they're fucking timid.
No, I wasn't like joking. I meant like, is there police? Because
I'm not joking.
Places like this usually have like state police looking over it because they're almost like
I think there's still a Skidmore Town Police, but yes, there was Skidmore Town Police then.
Mm-hmm.
They were a combination of intimidated by him and the fact that his lawyer kept getting him off of shit.
So they didn't want to waste their time.
It was more than not waste their time. It was just, we can't nail this guy.
Fucking Don Teflon over here.
Exactly.
Teflon Don.
Exactly. Yeah, he's fucking Teflon. His lawyer keeps getting him out of shit. And the police are fucking partially intimidated. So, during the trial, 2 raccoon hunters testified they were with McElroy the day of the shooting.
What is the, okay, so, sorry, 2 raccoon hunters.
Yes.
So he's put on trial for shooting this guy in the stomach.
Yeah.
The guy survived.
Guy survived.
Okay. And how, was there a long period of time between the incident and the trial?
Yes, it was a very long period of time because it kept getting delayed and delayed and delayed.
Okay.
Because that's how good McElroy's lawyer was. So at the trial, 2 raccoon hunters testified they were with McElroy the day of the shooting, away from Henry's property. Henry was forced to admit in court under questioning that by McElroy's attorney, Richard McFadden, that he had concealed his own petty criminal conviction for more than 30 years prior. Which makes no...
Say that one more time.
Mr. Henry concealed his own petty criminal conviction for more than 30 years prior.
Okay, so he had a criminal background too?
Yeah, he had a criminal background for like 30 years ago. He had not committed anything since then.
Okay.
So, because of that, McElroy was acquitted of shooting a guy twice with a shotgun in his stomach.
I mean, it's not like he wasn't pleading self-defense or anything, right?
No, he was saying that he was nowhere near there. So, he was saying that Mr. Henry shot himself in the stomach twice with a shotgun.
Normal? Okay.
Yeah, very normal. Yeah, very fucking normal. So you're seeing a pattern here.
Okay, so he got let go again.
They let go. Okay. He's still doing other criminal shit. He's still raping his wives. All this shit. Well, let's fast forward to 1980. One of McElroy's children got into an argument with a clerk, Evelyn Subby, at a local grocery store owned by 70-year-old Ernest Botenkamp and his wife Lois, allegedly because one of the McElroy children tried to steal some candy.
Okay.
McElroy, so Trina was with them too, so she also tried to stick up for her kids, and it was going absolutely nowhere. So she was like, I'm going to tell Ken. Then Ken gets told. He begins stalking the Botenkamp family and eventually threatened Botenkamp in the back of the store with a shotgun in his hand. Botenkamp was not having that shit. So in his ensuing confrontation, Ken McElroy shot Botenkamp in the neck with a shotgun. But Botenkamp survived.
This is all over the kid trying to steal some candy?
Exactly. Because from everyone in the town's point of view, Ken McElroy did not want anyone saying anything to his wives and his kids about anything. We can do anything we want, and you better shut up about it.
Good God.
Botenkamp is like, no, your kids are trying to fucking steal.
God, this guy looks like kind of a piece of shit.
Yeah, he looks like a piece of shit, and he is a piece of shit. He was. He's no longer with us.
Okay. All right, so he goes and shoots this guy in the neck, and the guy survives.
The guy survives. McElroy's arrested. Charged with attempted murder. Everyone's thinking, we're finally going to get this guy. Finally going to get this guy. And during the trial, present the evidence, McElroy's convicted of assault, but freed on bail pending his appeal.
Wow.
Freed on bail pending his appeal.
How is he not a threat to, like, society at that
Because
point?
of his lawyer is constantly. This is one of the best damn lawyers I've ever heard of in my life.
Since fucking OJ.
Since fucking goddamn Cochran and Bailey and all that shit. This is one of the best. Man, he's better. He's better than Cochran and OJ's Dream Team. Because this guy got arrested 21 times.
I almost want to think that, like, the lawyer and the county judge or I don't know. I feel like they were in cahoots, or maybe there was some corruption going on there.
It was
21 times.
There was the person who was the guy who was a prosecutor. Even though he was a new guy, he was new, young, was his first cases, and he ended up getting this conviction. People had said that he was still lax, that the fact that this guy is going on appeal, he's given bail. You allowed him to get bail.
Yeah.
For his appeal, instead of pushing, no, you're staying in jail. You can appeal, but you're staying in jail, which probably would have saved his life. But the prosecutor was during the trial. He pushed this evidence. He was relentless. He got the conviction, but he was lax on the fact that he was given bail while he appealed. That was his problem. That's what people said was the problem with the whole trial. So, Ken McElroy is on appeal, released on appeal. Immediately after being released, McElroy went to the D&G Tavern, the local bar that was in Skidmore. Mm-hmm. With an M1 grenade with a bayonet attached, it made graphic threats that what he would do to Bo Bodenkamp. In the middle of the bar, drinking, violating the terms of his bail.
It's complete lawlessness.
This motherfucker is just, I don't give a fuck. Yeah. He's taking I don't give a fuck to a new level, a brand new level.
You went in there with a bayonet? That's
awesome. M1 grenade loaded with a bayonet attached.
Fantastic. He wants to get up close and personal.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So he went there to threaten.
He just threatened. He was saying what he's going to do to Bo Bodenkamp, what he's going to do to his business. He's going to burn down his house, going to burn down his business. He's going to kill Bo Bodenkamp. And it's like, ain't no one's going to touch me.
Wow. Okay.
This led to several of the patrons in the bar decided to see what they could do legally to prevent McElroy from harming anyone else. So they end up contacting the Nottoway County Sheriff, Dan Essels, suggesting they form some sort of neighborhood watch. So, in that time, McElroy's appeal is again being delayed. On the morning of July 10, 1981, the townspeople met at the Legion Hall in the center of town with Sheriff Estes to discuss how they can protect themselves in the town. This day is also important because that was supposed to be McElroy's appeal hearing, but his lawyer got it pushed off again. But everyone thought that he was going to go to the appeal hearing, and some people had already anonymously had said what he had done in this bar, and one of the things that he took loaded in one grenade with a bayonet attached and threatened Bo Bodenkamp. They told Bo Bodenkamp too. He told it back to the judge. But again, his lawyer got it delayed. Ken McElroy's lawyer got the hearing delayed. So they're thinking that McElroy is in the hearing. But he's not in the hearing. During the meeting, McElroy arrived at the D&G Tavern again with Trina. As he sat drinking at the bar, he got word got back to the men in the Legion Hall that he was in town. Sheriff Estes instructed the assembled group not to get into direct confrontation with McElroy, but instead seriously consider forming a neighborhood watch program. Then Estes got his police cruiser and drove out of town.
Wow.
He was like, all right, guys, we're going to need you to form a neighborhood watch, everyone. All right? All right. Bye. Did the sheriff just leave? It is about 60 people in this meeting, for what was told. So the sheriff leaves, and Ken McElroy and Trina get drunk at the D&G Tavern. He's getting fucking hammered. The citizens in the meeting decide, that's it. We can't protect ourselves. Can't protect this town. This dude is going to do whatever the fuck he wants. He's probably going to kill somebody. So a bunch of them were like, fuck this shit. We're going to the tavern. So
this is like during the day.
This is during the day. Which makes you thinking,